Hi, this is Dr. Jorge Blay, and this is Horticultural Science, Hort 101. So today we are going to do a propagation, and for that, let's take a look at this beautiful variegated hydrangea. So note that we don't want to cut anything that's, do the propagation using anything woody. That doesn't seem to work well. So we'll just cut here in between two knots. We could be here or here, but let's go here using our clean tools. Cut, and that's it. And we'll now go to the next step, which is what to do. Remember, the node is the point on the stem where the leaves connect with the stem, and here we can see this little axillary bud. That's what defines what a leaf is. And since we are into that, remember, a leaf has a leaf base, petiole, and blade. And here we see many veins, and this is the leaf margin, which is a little bit serrated. Okay, so now we are ready to try to propagate this plant asexually. So key thing here, number one, is to make the plant feel at home, so to speak. Now, this plant has been injured by us, so the first thing we want to do is to cut as many leaves as we can, not all of them. And just leave maybe 2 or 3 at the very top. Why are we doing this? We want to prevent desiccation. Leaves are places where water escapes, and this doesn't have a root. So plant is hurting a little bit, ouch, 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 but we are going to provide a nice environment. Now, we can have any number of propagules here. I'm just going to keep things simple and use one. So this is the bottom edge of this stem. We're going to just put a little bit of rooting hormone. Many cases we have used it without rooting hormone, and it just works fine. You may have noticed that I try to cut at an angle, that is to increase the surface area for roots to develop. And now we use the dippler or a pen or pencil or your very clean finger, and we'll just insert this, move this a little bit. I think it's ready to rock and roll. And now we want to make this plant feel that is in a nice, more or less, let's see, let's maybe push this a little bit further. Very good. And now I put this cup just like a Dairy Queen ice cream, and we're going to seal it as best as we can. You may have noticed that I like to bend this so it's easy to pull the front end and cut this. So before we seal, let me explain that we are using a translucent cup because we want to see progress, if any, on the asexual reproduction of plants, on the propagation of plants. So if there are roots, not now of course, but in a few weeks, maybe a few months, we'll be able to see some of them here. Please note that we are using 2 cups so that excess water can be captured at the bottom. Some people like to use a few stones. This is a mix of soil, perlite, and peat moss. I want to emphasize that peat moss is not a sustainable way to proceed. We are using it because that's the stuff we have in the lab at school, and that's a very ancient peat moss. Peat moss is a moss. It is called sphagnum, and it absorbs with time a lot of water. So here we go. Put this here, and now, and only now, put this little cup here to create a more or less sealed atmosphere. Before I do that, let's seal it here. Okie dokie. And with this, I should have cut about twice the amount of tape, but we should be okay. Masking tape would do. This is, of course, painter's tape. And we do this again. So we're going to be very, very hopeful that in a few months we'll have a nice hydrangea. Should have cut even a little bit more. And I'm going to tell you what we can do with those leaves, which we'll not do, but okay, I think we're fairly sealed. Put this here, and it will accompany other hydrangeas that we have already propagated. I don't know if you can see a little bit of condensation already. So we have at home different types of hydrangeas here. The propagator, not on that one, on this one, cut the leaves. There are many different styles of doing things. I just cut most of the leaves, but left the other intact. And I'm going to return this here. And here is another example of another plant that we are propagating. And this is not very firmly sealed, but it's gonna go. At the end, we fold this, this tape. At the end, remember, your material should be kept in a sealed bag and not stay there for a long time. Just get your material, go to the lab, to your shop, and do what I have just done. Now, some leaves, believe it or not, or the leaves of some plants can be used as propagating material. I have seen it done both ways, this way and this other way. You can try with or without rooting hormone. Oh, horticulture is fun, and sometimes I feel there is no obvious rhyme and reason why things work. But if they work, we celebrate, and if they not, we learn something. Thank you.